Pakistan's latest warning of war against the Taliban has once again pushed the region to the edge. As Islamabad and Kabul prepare for another round of peace talks in Turkey, hopes for stability hang by a thread. From proxy ties to open hostility, this is a relationship unraveling fast. Joining me now to decode the crisis and its wider impact on regional security is Robinder Sachdeva, Foreign Affairs expert. Hello sir, welcome to the show. So my first question is, Pakistan's Defence Minister Khwaja Asif has openly warned of war if the talks collapse. What does this reveal about Islamabad's frustration or perhaps its failure in managing its relationship with the Taliban?
I think it conveys on two tracks. One, yes, it is Pakistan's frustration. It's an acknowledgement of failure that they are not able to achieve what they want without pursuing the course of a conflict. But the bigger game which I see is that Pakistan is escalating the rhetoric and to some extent the conflict in order to bring it to a certain point where, if needed, Donald Trump could intervene and help broker a ceasefire or a peace accord. Pakistan is preparing the grounds for the 10th or 11th peace accord that Trump could enable between Pakistan and Afghanistan. I see that as a bigger game in parallel.
So do you see Asif's war talk as genuine intent or political posturing meant to pressure Kabul before the negotiations?
See, Pakistan cannot afford to go to a war, quote-unquote war. What do they mean by a war? Do they mean they'll send thousands of Pakistan army into Afghanistan? So I don't see chances of war. But yes, it could be conflict escalation, more airstrikes, border conflicts, etc. As I mentioned earlier, Pakistan is going to push the envelope on rhetoric and also perhaps on the ground, because Pakistan sees this as an opportunity, in fact a golden opportunity, given the geopolitical context in which it is today, wherein it has, carved away inside the US administration and in its good books. It's offering value in terms of critical minerals to the US. It's offering value in terms of access into Iran in case the US or Israel want to send some money and agents into Iran for a regime change. It has found a way inside to be a part of the Gaza solution, wherein it is reported, and there are chances, logical, that Pakistani army soldiers could be deployed in Gaza as part of some stabilization or security forces. So given the context of all of these things together, Pakistan is feeling emboldened to push its agenda with Afghanistan.
The recent border clashes between Pakistan and Afghanistan have been among the deadliest since the Taliban's return to power. In your view, what set off this sudden and violent escalation along the Durand line?
I think the sudden escalation, to my mind, is partially or to a good extent driven by the fact that Pakistan is feeling emboldened in its relationships with the United States. In terms of the geopolitical pieces, as we just discussed, critical minerals, and be it the Iran border, be it the cryptocurrency deal with Trump's family, the Gaza conflict being part of a solution there. In the background of all these developments, I think Pakistan feels emboldened. So the sudden escalation is, I think, a result of these other factors due to which Pakistan thinks that, okay, this in any case is a conflict or a dispute which has been ongoing since ages between Pakistan and Afghanistan. And also one more, yes, the fencing of the border. Pakistan started the fencing of the border, so that has also, led to an escalation in the hard positions of both sides. But the bigger reason I see Pakistan escalated now is because of these other geopolitical factors with regards to the United States, due to which Pakistan feels it's the right time to take advantage of the advantageous position in which it sees itself with respect to the United States.
Islamabad insists its operations target TTP sanctuaries inside Afghanistan, while Kabul accuses Pakistan of violating its sovereignty through unprovoked strikes. From your perspective, where does the truth lie between these competing claims?
The TTP has bases in Afghanistan. Yes, And TTP is attacking Pakistan, of that there's no doubt, is calling for separatism or even a radical, more Sharia Islam in the country, right? So Pakistan is definitely, looking at those. But on the other hand, the Taliban is in a certain situation, because for Taliban, the TTP, they are ideological siblings. They fought together, right, against the Americans. And also across the border between Pakistan and Afghanistan, the TTP people and the Taliban, they have families, they have relationships, they're married into each other, clans and all. So it's a very deeply intertwined relationship between Taliban and the TTP. So Taliban would not be in a position, would not want to take action against the TTP due to a multitude of reasons. And herein Pakistan feels and says that, and yes, there is a fact to it, that TTP is causing damage and causing violence inside Pakistan. So the truth lies in between the two, I would say.
Pakistan's once celebrated the Taliban's return to power. How did that strategic victory turn into a diplomatic disaster within just 3 years?
I think Pakistan celebrated Taliban's victory assuming and presuming that Taliban would be a pawn in terms of what Pakistan would want or would desire Afghanistan to behave as, or the Taliban. The Taliban has proven to be much more independent streak. The Taliban it's a nationalism which Taliban is working on, right? And of course, the boundary dispute which has been ongoing, and it's not only because of Taliban, this boundary dispute, the Durand line between Pakistan and Afghanistan, has been ever since the founding of Pakistan itself, in a way you could say, right? So be it whichever regimes in Afghanistan, they have not accepted the Durand line. So that has been a factor all along.
If these peace talks fail, what kind of escalation should the region brace for? A limited border war or a prolonged insurgency across both sides?
Yeah, if these peace talks fail, then of course the region would see perhaps more border conflicts, maybe more hot chases by Pakistan across the border, which the Taliban would, of course, defend themselves and not allow a foreign nation's army to be, or, agents to be entering into their territory. So border escalations, yes. Airstrikes, yes. Not a war, but we do see some of this, and also we could see some kind of surgical strikes, quote unquote, right? That Pakistan may say, okay, these are the identified bases of the TTP, we are out to destroy them. So we could see, if these peace talks fail, we could see a bunch of these kind of things happening.
Thank you so much for giving us your time, sir.